the Evergreen Media Network Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Welcome back to Classic Car Radio. Keith McDonald here with the boys. Todd Byron and Steve Charbonneau. Hey, one more story I had, on hotrod.com, and Jesse had trouble finding it, but I picked this up this morning, and I don't know how new it is then, because anyway, it's the owner of this 66 Pontiac GTO had it restored after having it for 57 years, and he bought it when he was 18 years old for $1,900. It was actually purchased by an older gentleman who said the car was too fast, so he traded it in at a Ford dealership, I believe he said. And then his friend, this guy named Frank Flynn, who bought the car, his friend, alerted him the GTO is up there for sale. And he went there and got that car for $1,900 sale price. And he signed it on the dotted line for $62 a month for a payment.
Wow.
For that GTO. Imagine that.
See, the only thing I heard in the whole entire situation was the Pontiac was too fast, so he went to a Ford dealership.
Yeah. Well, it was an old guy. The elderly gentleman bought the car. Ford dealership in Philadelphia just took the trade from an elderly gentleman who bought it new, but he was trading in after only owning it for 9 months. The story is he said the car was too fast and he wanted something more tame. That's the actual thing. So.
Well, I think it's funny is, the cost of the car, $1,900.
Oh, there it is. Jesse found it. There it is. Actually. Beautiful car.
Looks it's nice.
Yeah, very nice. Convertible, too.
There you go.
So he said, I drove the car for many years, all year round, including salted roads in the winters, and that's up in Philadelphia area. So, and it really took the toll on the body. So through the years, I had several shops perform rust repairs and general repairs, parts replacement, keep the GTO together. As I started driving it less, there was a stint in a Jersey Shore storage facility for some time. And then I decided how I wanted it built back up. And so the pictures that we're showing are it. Everything was redone, everything. And great looking car. If you go to hotrod.com, there are 40
it looks like
photos
totally
available.
Different chassis underneath.
Yeah, and something too, the hood isn't the conventional. It's actually a shaker hood. There's a picture of the engine that's got the hood mounted. See, that was usually a fixed hood on the GTO.
Yeah.
And it had just one of those foam intakes on it. But this has the hood scoop is actually almost like a Trans Am hood. It comes up. It's a shaker hood. Can you scroll that up, Jesse, and see if that shows that engine at all? Maybe. There it is. There it is. See that? It's more like a Trans Am hood or a shaker on a
the old Trans Am shaker hood.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. They did a very nice job.
That don't go through the roof, though. I mean, through the hood.
Yeah, it does.
No.
Yeah. It has to. Look at that.
No.
Right? You think it doesn't?
No.
Oh, maybe
there's not a hole. I'm looking at the bottom of the hood. There's not even a hole. I was trying to look at it, but it's hard
maybe
to say.
It fits up into the existing hood scoop hole. Maybe. Who knows? Anyway, there it is. Beautiful car. Beautiful paint.
No.
This is done by Jeff Lilly Restorations up there. It must be in Pennsylvania.
Well, he's going to be proud of that one. That one looks really nice.
Very nice, yeah.
I bet you that's what it is. That hood scoop fits up in that one for the Ram Air.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Because I don't see no lines.
Yeah, see, that's not a cutout.
Right.
I bet you that's what it is, though. It's a shaker hood with like an actual functioning Ram Air hood.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Pretty nifty.
Yeah.
Definitely a nice
because those hood scoops are definitely cut open.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Pontiac used to paint them the same color as the body.
Yeah,
so if the hood scoop wasn't open, then it would be.
That's it. Definitely. Look at that shot right there.
Yeah.
It's a nice little custom touch like that,
Yeah. I like that they left it mostly stock looking.
Yep.
They didn't do too much to the body.
And they got the retro wheels on and stuff.
Yeah.
There you
go.
Well, there's the scoop. Look at that.
Yep.
Definitely just that one fits up into it. I would say.
Jesse was just teasing us, working his way down there.
Very nice. Yeah.
He probably knew it was there. He's like, just slowly moving.
That guy paid a lot of money for that restoration. I'll tell you what. Frank Flynn up there in the Philadelphia area of Pennsylvania. Might be an Eagles fan, but who cares?
Look at the body gap.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's normally the worst part of
Yep.
those cars.
And that's
right
exactly
there.
why I took that picture. Look at
that.
Look at all the body line gaps, the door,
Yeah.
the fender, the upper cowl, the
Yeah.
hood.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's
Beautiful.
That's pretty prestige right there, buddy.
Yeah, it sure is. That's A1, really.
Yep.
He waited probably to get this guy to do the Jeff Lilly Restorations. They did a great job. Really good job. Look at that.
That's a time-consuming restoration right there.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah, man.
And he lowered it a lot. And like you said,
Yeah, stance is nice.
Yep, retro wheels and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
I
That's like those wheels for your car.
yeah.
The 5.7, yeah.
yeah, he was trying to replicate kind of like the Rally 2 wheel that's on the Pontiac. But it's not, of course.
Yeah.
Well,
not.
they make they make a retro style wheel that matches like the 70 Chevelles. You know, what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
That's what
I think I read that these wheels is a 19 front, 19 on the front, 20 on the back as far as width goes.
Yeah.
Look at that. Amazing.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Great looking
That's
GTO.
that's a high dollar build.
Yeah, definitely. I think I inherited some money or something.
It's a convertible too, so it takes a lot to get
No
that
kidding.
roof working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
properly.
guess they had to restore a lot of the parts. They tried to keep the original frame because it wasn't available anywhere. So they had to like replace pieces in the actual frame of that convertible top. Of course, you can get the convertible top anywhere. I'm sure it's got glass and not plastic in the back. So
That guy really felt bad after having that car for 57 years. So I'm going all out.
he is.
Yeah.
Now it does. Now it's not sitting around. He's driving that thing all the time. Well, not in the winter, but all right. Let's do a little history and chew up some time here. Let's do some automotive history. This week, August 6th, 1959, General Motors registers the Corvair name for its new rear-engine compact car, the only American-made, mass-produced passenger car to come with a rear-mounted air-cooled engine. And why did they do that, guys? Do you know why?
Keep up with Volkswagen.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's one of those crazy designs.
Yep, they're trying to keep up with Volkswagen, and they
Goofy
didn't.
belt, the way the belt ran in them.
Yeah. And they didn't perfect that car till 65. They had a lot of issues with them. They actually had to run like 24 pounds. Where in the rear or something or front?
Yeah, but by the time 65 came around, nobody wanted to buy one.
Right.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's because Ralph Nader wrote that book, Unsafe at Any Speed. There was not just about the Corvair, but other American cars, but mostly about the Corvair. But by the time that book came out in 66, Chevrolet had fixed all those issues with the handling and the the tire pressure. They have regular tire pressure. They fixed whatever was the problem in the suspension in that thing. And it was actually not a bad little sports car, 66 up till, I think, 69. Pretty sure they made them till 69. And then they were gone. And it really did hurt, that book and the report on how poorly they handled.
You should be ashamed of himself.
So anyway, August 6, 1991. This is a very sad story. Haha, not really. In a letter to 150 United States franchises, the French automaker Peugeot, manufacturer of both the Peugeot and the Citroën cars, announces it will stop producing cars for the United States market. And I always laugh at this story because those cars are ugly. Those French cars are ugly. They were butt ugly, and they were junk. I mean, they rusted out so quick.
My first car was a Toyota Corolla.
Was it?
And another guy I grew up with, he got a Peugeot, this four-door sedan.
Yeah.
There used to be this place in Melbourne, we're underage. It was called Slick's Teens. It was like a teenage bar, they'd sell, back in breakdancing with the
Right.
So we're coming back from that place, me and a bunch of my friends, and we're coming down A1A, and he's in that Peugeot, and we're like side by side. My Corolla was just singing. All of a sudden, bam! My car blew up.
Oh, yours blew up.
I was racing a Peugeot. You got the best of my Toyota Corolla.
What year was your Corolla?
1970. I bought it from Cars Junkyard.
My mother had a
$300.
My mother bought a 72 that was only like 2 years old. A great little car.
I'll tell you what, if I could find one, I look all the time. I'd love to have another one just because it was my first car.
Like a little beater type of.
I'd do it up and just stick it in the corner or something.
Yeah.
Just to have.
That was one of my friend's cars. It was a Toyota Corolla wagon.
Yeah.
It was the brown with the light brown interior. We used to call it the Toad. because he was painting it everywhere it rusted. He would sand it off and put some more primer on it.
Yeah. I love the little car, but just had no match for that Peugeot.
Oh, I used to rev that. I was a kid when my mother got that. I was 16. I used to rev that car up. That Corolla, it was like a really nice, like Kelly Green almost.
Yeah.
But I'd get away from the house. I'd rev that thing up in neutral. Had a 2-speed automatic. Get that thing going really high RPMs and just jam it into first. It would chirp, a little chirp. It would leave a little chirp and go down the road, and I'd shift it like I had a GTO or something.
Your poor mom.
My mother, no kidding. But it held up. It didn't. It never broke down on her. It was a good car.
That's good, as long as you didn't scatter the transmission everywhere.
Exactly. I know.
When that thing blew up, it was I stopped right in front of John's Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That guy, you're leaking oil all over the place. So we pushing it in the grass. You can't put it there. Well, where you want me to put it?
Right.
I'll never forget that, man.
John's Island.
Yeah.
Wow.
I killed their grass.
Let's wrap up this so we go on break and do the last segment of Tech Talk. August 9, 2000, tire manufacturer Bridgestone Firestone announces that it is recalling 6.5 million model ATX, ATX2, and Wilderness ATs. The move comes 2 days after the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration linked hundreds of accidents and at least 46 deaths to those tires, to the tread on those tires. So that was pretty nasty stuff. ATX, ATX2, and the Wilderness AT. You guys remember? I remember.
Yep, that's back in my Firestone days.
I remember. And August 10th, 1978, 3 teenage girls die when their 73 Ford Pinto is rammed from behind and it burst into flames and on an Indiana highway. And the fatal crash was one of a series of Pinto accidents that caused national scandal during the 70s. So the Pinto had no protection in the back at first. And so it was a simple spark from a collision would make it blow up. August 11th, big day, 1966, Steve. Chevrolet rolls out the first Camaro from the Norwood, Ohio plant to compete in the pony car class. Imagine that. So this week, August 11th, what's that, Saturday? 1966 was the first 67 Camaro to roll out. And also on that date, August 11th, 73, American Graffiti was released, one of the better car movies, you got to admit. It was a fun car movie. Really got the muscle car hobby kicked off more, I would say. I think it was a very, very big show. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to do a little tech talk, so stick around. We're Classic Car Radio of Vero Beach.
Hi, I'm Joe Scazzari, owner and operator of Scazzari Roof Services Contracting and Consulting. Scazzari manufactures its own standing seam metal roofs in a heavy-duty 24-gauge up and down the Treasure Coast, using only U.S. steel. Only need a repair? Repairs are guaranteed for 3 years. We can do that because we go in your attic, find the leak, see where it is, go out onto your roof, open that area, and repair the leak once, and that's the end of it. Don't be sorry, call Scazzari.
Summer is here, and it's a great time to create your outdoor room at Sunshine Furniture. Right now, during our summer clearance sale, you can save 10 to 50% on furniture from Berlin Garden, Lloyd Flanders, Woodard, Windward, Beechcraft, and more. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have any style of furniture that you need, all built to withstand the Florida elements, and we specialize in replacement cushions, umbrellas, outdoor rugs, and fire pits. Come in now for our summer sale, including 50% off all pictures, lamps, and accessories. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Family owned since 1991. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and don't forget to shop our outlet store right across the street.
Sunshine Furniture brightens up your day. Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Ooh, have a sunshine day.
Have you ever wanted your carpets or area rugs cleaned, but you just didn't want to deal with the noise, the wet carpet, and that long dry time? And what happens to all that wet stuff underneath the carpet? Ew! Well, Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaning solves all that with their guaranteed 1 hour dry time. Their low moisture process dries fast, smells great, and it's safe for your kids and pets too. And guess what? They also clean sofas, love seats, chairs, and recliners. Heaven's Best serves all of Indian River County and Barefoot Bay. They're bonded and insured, and your results are guaranteed. Don't put it off any longer. Grab your phone and call Keith at Heaven's Best, 772-643-6999. You'll be thrilled with the results. 772-643-6999.
Hey everybody, this is Mark Warman from Velocity Channel's hit reality series, Graveyard Cars. And whenever I'm in Vero Beach, pretty much listen to anything except the idiots at American Car Classic. They don't know what they're talking about, they're jealous of what I'm doing, and they wish they were me.
That's funny.
Thank you, Mark Warman. That's Mark Warman from Motor Trend. He's got a couple of intros he did for me, so that's the funny one. The idiots. You never listen to the idiots.
I've been called worse.
Every day, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Not so much anymore, but oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, we're going to do some tech talk. So if you don't like tech talk, you can tune out now. Otherwise, we're going to do some tech talk. And if you have a question, and we're really kind of drying up, I got a couple of repeat questions from a couple of years ago. We only have one question. We used to get a few every week, but not this time. AmericanCarClassics@gmail.com. Write in your question, and we will answer it the best we can. Anyway, Andrew from Grant wrote, guys, I've been having problems with my 350 and my 1970 Cutlass. That's an Oldsmobile, for those unschooled on the Cutlass. The motor will start and idle and rev up fine. It will even drive a little while just fine, but then a few sputters and then it dies. Almost like you turned off the key. Then a quick restart, it runs fine again, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 10 minutes, but always the same result. It instantly dies at a random time period. It doesn't seem that this process does not happen when it's cold, though. Usually happens after the engine warms up for 5 minutes or so. It's tough because every time I think I fixed it, it will die and tease me. So please help me out. Anyway, Andrew, what can you tell Andrew, guys?
Oh.
Okay, Todd, you're out.
So many things it can be.
You're out.
The first thing I would do is check for spark and then work your way back. You know, like coils are bad for that when they get hot. You know, if you got one of the old-fashioned coils, shake it, see if it's still got liquid.
Right.
If it's an HEI distributor, check see if you got spark because they're known for ignition modules. And then they're also known for the pickup coils down in the distributor shaft assembly to go bad.
Okay.
And then
what about starving for gas, starving for fuel?
That could be too.
What about like a
you gotta
clogged
check
fuel
it when
filter?
it ain't running. You know why it
Right.
it's not running. If it's running.
Normally, a car runs out of fuel. It usually takes a few seconds to start, but it fires right back up. It's usually in the ignition.
Okay. What I got off the internet, and it says next time it dies and you install a new module in the HEI distributor on the side of the road, and I bet that'll fix your problem. Also, make sure you're using a good pigtail on the distributor to supply 12-volt ignition. Sound right to you guys?
Yep.
Okay. I just my initial thought was it was a fuel filter that had enough fuel, got enough fuel to the carburetor. Then as he drove it, it got starved because the fuel filter was dirty. It's not.
It could do that with the fuel pump. You know.
Right.
It could be a number of things. Like Steve said, you know, the easiest thing would be checking for.
Sure.
You can see a lot of times. A lot of these cars have a clear fuel filter on them. You know, them
right. Yes, they do.
Not much fuel in it, and you got that's obvious. But if that appears to be good, then start with spark. What
about a 70 Cutlass? Does that have a tank sock? You know, a filter sock?
Not back then. That should be a gravity feed tank. It's the same gas thing as a Chevelle. Should be gravity fed.
All right, let's do the next one. James, right here in Vero Beach, says, I have an opportunity to purchase a 66 El Camino 327 4-speed. It's solid and has a 12-year-old paint job. The guy who owns it told me to make an offer, and I'm just wondering what you guys think it's worth. So this is a base price vehicle, this El Camino 66 327 4-speed, $2,318 it only cost in 1966. But now I looked up on Haggerty.com, so a low, this graphic didn't come out well. The low is $19,000 for the lowest price, Average retail is $37,000, and then the high retail is $58,500. So depends on what shape that car's in. Agreed?
Basically.
Yeah.
That's a good price range. I mean, you're for today.
Would that be a 327? Would that be? You think that's an original engine? And he doesn't say.
66, probably.
Could be, right?
Yeah.
A 327 4-speed.
Yep.
Yeah. 12-year-old paint
old,
job.
could
That's
be.
not bad. That's not old.
Well, it
Painted
depends
in
on
what?
what kind of paint job.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He doesn't tell me much other than
paint job.
whatever he wrote. That's all I got from him. You know. That's
Look at that yellow 56 that was at my shop. That car was painted 25 years ago, and that thing looked really good. It
Yeah.
just, had a couple of little cracks just starting, but I mean, it's 26 years.
right. That's good. Yeah. All right. Justin in Port St. Lucie says, "Hey guys, the 305 in my 679 Camaro bogs out at 80 miles an hour when you really get on it from a dead stop. If I punch it, once it reaches around 50, it bogs out and has nothing, no power. And then if you let off for a second and the pedal goes down again, it's fine. Is this because my stock 2-barrel quadrijet carb can't keep up with the fuel supply, or in the bowls are going dry? I have 411 gears. If you guys could help me out, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks." Once again, I wrote fuel filter, but it's got 411 gears. He's
411
sucking a lot of
gears.
gas with a 2-barrel, right?
Well, 411 gears, you still, at 50 miles an hour, you still should have some pretty good Weibos.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be 3,000 RPM plus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you will be.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to run that thing to? Like 45?
If he goes, yeah, if he goes up to 50, is that what we're
Yeah,
talking about? He's usually probably
yeah.
close to $4,000, isn't he?
What?
And 411s?
I got 410s in my Chevelle.
Yeah,
At 50 mile an hour, it's
Cranking, right?
It's singing pretty good,
yeah,
but it's different. It's a big block.
right, true. Yeah, this is just a little 305, but
I've had these Camaros with the 410s in them. I got a couple of these, and I've always had the 410s in them. And I can tell you with a turbo 400 in it, at 75 mile an hour, it's 3,500 RPM.
okay.
So if he's at 50, he's probably 2,500 RPM. But it's a 2-barrel. But it's, once again, yeah, it could be, but you got to do a fuel pressure check on it and
Yeah,
volume, It's a 2-barrel, so I mean, yeah.
a 2-barrel quadrijet at that. It's probably stock right off the 305 for a 79. It's probably like it's not a Camaro Z28, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
And someone's done some swapping because there's no way a 2-barrel car is having 411s.
yeah, he probably swapped that in. Definitely. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I don't even think you could get 411s stock 79 on a Camaro. I really don't. So,
Got to put a fuel pressure gauge on it, drive it, and see if it drops.
yeah, that's the best way to do it. All right, do that. Check out, get a fuel pressure gauge, Justin, and good luck with that. Finally, Gary in Fort Pierce says, "Guys, I'm restoring a 65 Chevy 2, which we call a Nova a lot. Do you think it's okay to use spray can primer for spot
No.
repair? Wait, let me finish. I have my car in epoxy primer now, but fixing some damaged areas have gone through the epoxy primer to the metal. I still primer the car in a high build primer and sand it, but we'll seal, and then we'll seal it before I paint. I look forward to your input." So he shouldn't use a spray bomb, shouldn't rattle can
I mean,
that.
if he's going to do anything,
Yeah.
I would, he's got an open area or something. He just wants to keep the elements from getting on it,
Right.
whether it be metal, bare metal, or Honda.
Yep.
I get you some SEM etch primer and just piss a little coat on it.
Okay. That's just a good etch primer.
But come back afterwards with a good urethane.
Yeah, yeah. So thanks very much for listening to American Car Classics. We Classic Car Radio. We were on every Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, that went fast.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? We're on every Saturday right here on WAXE 107.9 FM, 1370 AM. On Saturdays at 2 o'clock. Don't miss us. And don't forget, AmericanCarClassics@gmail.com with your questions. And we are out of here.
Hey, see ya.